All right. Hello, everybody. I'm going to give you a brief, as brief as I can. I'm going to give you a brief rundown of everything that I know about Mixcloud. I've seen a few of you comment on what goes on Mixcloud, how it works, kind of like that. And so I'll give you everything that I know and the things you need to know to use Mixcloud to the best you can. So first things first is that Mixcloud's not a social media channel, meaning it doesn't work like Facebook, it doesn't work like Twitter, it doesn't work like any of those. So the way you engage with other users or your followers is much more limited than with what you have with social media channels. But that notwithstanding, let me show you what I do to do things. So anyway, here's your Mixcloud. I mean, this is like when you first sign into Mixcloud, this is usually your dashboard if you don't go to your Mixcloud channel that you're having. Of course, you have your people you subscribe to over here. You've got your playlists that you might have. And of course, your feed. You can think of that as like your Facebook wall, I guess. Anyone that you follow or anyone that you've engaged with, those types of things show up here, and it's usually going to be their shows that show up. And of course, over here is the live. And of course, when you're a subscriber, and I'll get into being not a subscriber, but when you're a pro user, I'll get to that in here in just a bit, because that's where you can see your stats and stuff like that. So I'll go over a few things that you need to know about. All right, so to get into your profile, you just click on your profile, and now your profile comes up. Okay, and this will usually show you, the shows that you've put up, people who you follow, or channel. I don't want to say that, because the live now. That's the Mixcloud Live. The things that you got here. I don't follow any of these people here. I don't know what brings them up into the people who are broadcasting live. I don't know what brings them up into there, but. You can always hit this little refresh button. It'll always refresh into other people that are going live, so you can get like a quick view of users that are currently live streaming. Of course, as you come down on the right side of your page is more of your profile stuff, like your profile description. Definitely fill that out. That's a big deal. If people are following you, they'll want to know where else they can connect with you at. So if you've got other social media channels, put your links in there. Why not? I mean, that's another avenue that people can go to and find you in other social media channels or other websites and engage with you and follow you there. So that's a big thing, Put in what you do. What kind of music you mix, the shows that you're mixing, or the shows that you're doing. If you're on the radio, or if you're on the other radio stations, whatever, put that in there. Let people know what kind of music you mix, where you're from, a little bit of your background, and definitely put your links to your social media channels in your description. Right now, Mixcloud lets you link to, here's my Twitter profile. I don't know why there's no Facebook, or there's SoundCloud or anything like that, but you can get into that when you're setting up your profile. All right. Also to be aware of, these are all the little playlists that you can set up. So all of these are my playlists, depending on what show that I'm doing in. Here's the Progressive Protocol show for KL Radio. These two shows are the ones that I do on Raverholics Radio, and then just depending on what kind of shows that I normally or mixes that I upload. I've got albums that I put together with names, mini mixes. This is my the Live in the Potato Cellar or whatever. That's my guest mix show. So I organize all that stuff that people can see. Gem State's my paid show, meaning this is the ones that are set up for my subscribers who pay me. And so I think I should get into that part next. So there are 3 different ways that Mixcloud makes money from users. Or there's 4 ways they make money from users, but there's 3 ways that as a user yourself, you're going to be paying Mixcloud. The first way, of course, anybody is free to sign up for Mixcloud with a basic account. And like I say, it's free. You can upload mixes. You can do that, but you can't use live. To use live, you have to subscribe to Mixcloud Pro. Okay, in Mixcloud Pro, when you do that, you'll have like a little next to your name. You see mine says select right here. I'll get into that in a second. But then you have a little blue star. When you're a Mixcloud Pro user, then you have the ability to stream live, use Mixcloud Live services. Also, when you're a pro user, you get access to your show stats, and I'll get into that here in just a second. And so there's a couple other benefits you get, meaning you can schedule your shows out, meaning you can upload your shows, fill out all the information in the show, and then you can schedule a future date when it'll post. I normally used to use it a lot. But I don't so much anymore. It's because now I do my shows, bounce them down, master them, and then I just upload them and post them. But my gem state shows, usually I'll record those in advance because they're like 3-hour-long shows, and I only release those once a month. But anyway, you can schedule out shows. So if you've got a lot of different shows that you do, maybe you're going on vacation or something, and you want your Mixcloud channel to keep being fresh with shows, then you can schedule them out. And there's a couple other benefits that you get with being a pro user. Now, Mixcloud Select, from what I understand, I don't think it costs you any money. I think you have to be pro first to become eligible to be a select creator. And basically what a select creator is that people can subscribe to you, right? They can subscribe to your personal channel, and depending on how much it sets up, like right now I charge like $3 a month. It's $2.99 a month. And this is all in US dollars, by the way, so you have to convert those to wherever you're at to know what you're going to pay. But anyway, if somebody subscribes to me for $2 or for $3 a month, then they get access to all my exclusive shows. They're able to see the track lists for all my shows that I put up, and there's a couple other things that you can set up within Mixcloud Select that will be exclusive to your users. Now, one of you all talked about putting up posts, kind of like little blog posts. You have to be a Mixcloud Select user to be able to do posts. Now, to be a select user, you have to be, I believe you have to subscribe to be a Mixcloud Pro user first, and then after just a little bit of time, it's about a week or two, you'll get a solicitation when you sign into Mixcloud saying, hey, do you want to use Mixcloud Select? That doesn't cost any additional money to be a Mixcloud Select user, but that's how you make money. That's how you monetize your channel, as with Select. So as a Mixcloud user, the only way that you're going to get paid money from Mixcloud is by being a Select subscriber. And so let me show you what this looks like. So when you become a Select subscriber, you get a specific dashboard. Oh, look, I'm actually getting I got my new one. That's really cool. I'm probably going to have to subscribe to her. You don't have to. But anyway, I've got 3 people right now that are paying a monthly fee. And it looks like in euros, it's like 3.68 euros, but it's $2.99 US dollars. So these are the people who are paying me monthly for my shows, or for just to subscribe to me, which is really cool. As time goes on, I mean, you'll have to look into Mixcloud's payout schedule. It's not too bad. Basically, in a nutshell, for every $3 that somebody pays to Mixcloud to subscribe to me, I get 51 cents out of that. So it's not bad. It's not a bad thing. As long as you're providing good content and people engage with you and more come in, that's good. So right now I've accrued $11.78 since I started in Select. Not a lot, whatever. I do this for the hobby, not for fame and glory. It'd be nice one day, but who knows? I do this for fun. Earnings get paid out once you hit $50, and so that's, like I say, it's US dollars. Once my estimated balance hits 50, then I get paid out, and they pay out via PayPal. So you have to supply Mixcloud with a PayPal account, and they will pay you out every time you get up to the $50 US or whatever it is when you convert it to whatever currency you're using. But that's how that works. So I haven't been paid out yet, because, well, $1.50 a month is going to be a lot of months before I get up to $50. But nonetheless, that's how it works. If you get a lot of subscribers, you'll get paid out much sooner. Of course, here's the details of the subscribers who are subscribed to me, and then of course, posts. This is the one that some people were asking about. This is where you can put up little types of blog posts in your Mixcloud channel. And so you can make those so only select subscribers can see them, or anybody can see them. And that's really cool. It's not just your select subscribers that see those. Anybody can see these if you mark them. And so when you hit create post right here, you can put an image, a title of the post, write it all out, whatever you got, a little teaser. It's kind of like your meta description in a website. And of course, you can select whether or not it's a post that's only for your select subscribers. I don't necessarily think. I mean, it just depends on what your strategy is. Most of the stuff I want to put out, I want everybody to see, because you can use those posts to help solicit people to sign up for a select show. Maybe you have some shows that are coming up that only select subscribers get. You can use the post to advertise those, or at least promote those, and get more interest in them. So I gave you a little bit of information on creating posts here. I've created a few posts. I like them because they're easily shareable to like my Facebook page or my Twitter or whatever else. And I do get engagement. In fact, the very first time another user contacted me to ask me to do a guest mix, the very first guest mix I've ever done, it was because I put a post up, and he read a post of mine, and he contacted me through the comments section of the post, which is really cool. So anyway, yeah, there's a lot of cool things, and of course, when you're set up as a select channel, you can set up an introduction, tell people why they should sign up for you, thank you when they do sign up for you, the categories. You can select 2 categories that you're more likely, and I don't have any data on this, but apparently, if you set your categories, it will improve your chance of being discovered by potential fans. That's cool. And so these are the subscriber benefits, too, that when you're a select subscriber, you can select some of these things. By default, people get offline listening, meaning if they're a select subscriber to you, they can download your show into their app on their phone. And if they're not if they're not connected to Wi-Fi or their cellular network, it's downloaded and they can listen to your shows. So that's actually pretty cool. Premium playback simply means that they can, if you're not subscribed to a show and you're not a pro, Mixcloud Pro, a Mixcloud Premium user, that's another thing. That's different than Pro. Mixcloud Pro is a monthly subscription for Mixcloud creators, the people who have channels and they upload shows, okay? And if you want to do Mixcloud Live. Now, Mixcloud Premium are for people who also listen to shows, right? And so I'm both. I'm a Premium member and I'm a Pro member. Pro helps me out as a creator, but Premium helps me out as a listener. Because when you're a Premium member, then you can go to shows and you can, if you're not a Premium member, you can listen to, and you're not, subscribed to a select channel like you are. If you're not paying Mixcloud any money and you're just coming to listen, it'll allow you to listen to a show like 3 times in a 2-week period. And so if you really like a show and you've listened to it a few times, and after that 3rd time, you can't go back and listen to it until 2 weeks has elapsed. However, if you are a Mixcloud Premium user, okay, and that means you're paying Mixcloud like $8 a month to be a premium user, then you can listen to shows unlimited times. You can't download shows until you are subscribed to somebody, I believe. But you can rewind in shows, go back. So if you're a free user, you can't go back in shows. You see down here in my player down here, I can go backwards by 30 seconds, or I can go forwards by 30 seconds. If you're a free user, you don't get that back option. You can't go back in shows. And so you can only listen to them all the way through 3 times. But if you're a premium user, then you can. If you're a pro user, that doesn't mean you're a premium user. Remember, pro users are for you as a creator, not as a listener. So just keep that in mind. Now, of course, if you don't want to do any of that, but you do like a specific DJ or a creator, you can subscribe to them for like $3 a month, and for their shows and their shows only, you can download them, you can listen to them unlimited times, and you can go back in the shows, right? And then you can see like track lists and stuff like that, and that's what these come into. So these are the 3 things that I've set up for my select subscribers to be able to do. They can get my exclusive shows. They can get my upfront track list, so if they like the music that I'm playing, then they can go in and see what tracks are in my show. But what's funny about that, though, is the upfront track list also comes with somebody who's subscribed or using Mixcloud as a premium user. So if you're noticing that a lot of your users are premium users, well, then you're kind of wasting this one. Okay, so you can do extended shows, and you can do, and little things that say, come up and support me. And where this is showing at, where these three particular things, when you click these, when you look at your select channel that pops up, so when someone wants to subscribe to me, here's my information, here's my thing, those are those things. So it shows those things that I've selected right here. Listen to my shows made for them. Here's you can view my upfront track list, and of course you can support me. And then down here it shows my my exclusive shows, which is really cool, because then this kind of lets people know that you're active and you're putting up exclusive shows that only your select subscribers can get to. So it's really important that if you become a select user to make money from people to monetize your channel, make sure you provide at least a good handful or more of exclusive shows that only your subscribers can get. Because if you're giving away everything for free, why would anybody support you unless they really like you? And so that's a good idea to do. So that's the big difference between the two, right? Between just being a pro user and a select subscriber. Now, as far as getting more engagement, let me show you, before I cut this off, I want to show you a few things that you need to be aware of. When you become a pro user, you can see your stats for your shows, right? And so you can see I have 386 total followers. And by the way, if you're watching this video and you like this video and you're getting a lot of useful information from it, come follow me. I have a goal to get to 500 followers by the end of the year. Doesn't cost you a thing, obviously. It's unless you become a select subscriber. But just to follow, yeah, follow me. It shows you how many times your mixes have been played since the account creation, how many minutes, just really a lot of cool things. But what's more interesting is when you get down into the show stats and the follower stats, right? So when you're in the follower stats, this is kind of a cool one. This is just the last 7 days. But if I drop that down and I do since account creation, it will show me how many followers since the day I created my account, which is August I don't know. My first upload was on August 27th of last year, but I've had this account since, it looks like, April of 2018 or 2017. So I've had this account for a long time, but I didn't even start uploading things until August 22nd of 2018 is when it looks like, 18. God, that's been a long time ago. Or no, I started in 2018. This is all 2018. It's kind of sectioned out. 18 doesn't start right. Yeah, it does look like it. I don't know what I'm talking about right there. Ignore all that. Anyway, but it shows you since your account creation till now where your followers came in. For some reason in this section here, I got a crap load of new followers, but I get new followers all the time. It's a pretty steady increase of followers that I've been getting. So how do I get followers? Well, there's a lot of different things. Obviously, in my shows, when I'm doing my live shows, I do a lot of shout outs. I talk to people. I engage with people. Engaging with people, and when you become human to them rather than just some robot playing music, people tend to like you. And if you're chatting with them in the live chat, or if you're talking to them, with your microphone in the show, that makes you more personable. It makes you much more friendly, and you're more likely to get followers that way. In fact, most of these followers that I've been getting in this area here are because of my live shows. Also, I do share to Facebook, and I share to Reddit's been a really good place where I've been able to get some followers on there. Mixcloud, there's Mixcloud subreddits in there where they allow you to share mixes, and you can engage with people there. That's a good idea to do. So anyway, also it's just there's a lot of things that you can do, really. And I'm just going to be honest, just engage with your audience. Engage with people. Let them know that you're real and talk with them. Thank them, more than anything. You're doing this, hopefully you're doing this is because you want to share your passion with others, right? I mean, every one of us would like to be rich and famous from this. I get it. And who doesn't? But we're not. 99% of us doing this aren't rich and famous. We're doing this because we want to share our passion. We want to share good music with other people. So this is about your fans. Okay, this is about providing. I mean, you play your own music for yourself, right? You're a fan of your music, but if you're DJing, you're playing to a crowd. You're playing to fans. Treat them like fans. Show your appreciation. Be nice to them, right? Show interest in what they're doing. If people are following you on Mixcloud, go check out their shows. It doesn't mean you have to follow them back, but go check out their shows. If their shows are good, favorite their shows, repost their shows. That shows appreciation. That's going to more likely get you more fans and followers in Mixcloud, right? But yeah, I've seen some pretty decent growth. I mean, this time last year, September of last year, I had, or in 18, what are we here? I don't get that. I don't know why it doesn't see 2019 anywhere. This says September, July, August. So yeah, I started mine in 18 or 19 or something like that. Anyway, when I first put up my very first show, and that was August of last year. It wasn't August. It wasn't last August. It was August of last year, which was 2019. When I put up my first show, I had 34 followers, and now I've got 386. And it just, guys, my biggest piece of advice to get more followers, more engagement on Mixcloud is to become a part of the community. Talk to people, follow the people who you like to follow, engage with them, thank them. That's one thing I do a lot too, is when people follow me, I'll thank them for following me, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. Anyway, show stats are really cool. You can see the stats of what's going on in your shows. This is your total show stats. I just did it over that. Let's just go look at the last 1 year. This shows you what shows were your most popular, what days of the week they're posted, what you're getting on there, how many minutes people have followed. It'll show you what cities most of your listens are coming from, not listeners, but listens, plays. Okay, what platform they're using, Mixcloud.com, or source they're using, what platform, Android, iOS, desktop, mobile, but the source, where other people are listening. Most of my listeners are in Mixcloud, and the next very, very small number after that comes from Facebook, a few from Reddit. I don't know what iFacebook is, but anyway, I mean, you can see where you're probably going to get some engagement. So maybe I ought to step up my game in Facebook. I definitely need to step my game up on Reddit, because Reddit's a very popular website where mixes get shared. So it's a pretty good idea. And of course, your top listeners. Who's listening to you in the last year? Who's given me the most plays? I mean, there's this one user right here, K-Wills, gave me 819 plays in the last year. Now, what I think is really interesting, and this can help you out when you're helping with engagement, okay? Click on your largest listeners. In the last year, what this is showing are there are people who are using Mixcloud who have listened to your stuff, and this is their follower count, right? Lex Green has 49,000 followers. Lex Green's listened to my stuff in the last year, so it might be a good idea to go to Lex Green's profile, maybe follow them. When they post music, you go up and talk to people, and you can engage with their audience, right? And so, I mean, that's good exposure. And if you can get one of these people to repost one of your shows to their audience, you're going to see a pretty good engagement. So those are good numbers to take a look at to see who your most active listeners are. These are the people you need to thank on a regular basis. These are the people who are most likely to share your stuff with their audiences, right? But then these are the people who have large audiences that have listened to your show at least one time in whatever time period you've put in here. So pay attention to that stuff. And finally, before I get into something else, two more things I want to go over real quick on ways to get engagement. So I'll go back to my channel. Okay. All right. So, particular shows, you can look at the stats of a particular show that you upload, right? And so you'll see a show here. Let's say one of the ones I did on Progressive, Kale Radio. When I click onto the show itself, I can click on the stats of this particular show. It's kind of cool that it shows you this. This is how people engage with it. This says, all right, the good majority of my listeners drop off listening. About 30% of my listeners have made it to 52 minutes into my mix. And then after that, it stays kind of consistent. So a good majority of my listeners in this particular mix listen for about the first half an hour of it, right? and then it shows you what songs are playing. These are the different songs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? These are the different songs coming in. You can tell what songs people are dropping off on, engaging on, and the days of the week. Most of those people, there's 3 people who listen to this song, and they all listened to them on Saturday, the day after I did the show. So anyway, let me show you a really good example of my top performing mix that I've ever done, and show you the stats on that one to kind of give you a little bit better idea of what we're looking at there. And I've got a lot of shows that I've put up in here, so bear with me just a sec. All right, I'm about there. All right, so right there, this show is my most popular show I've ever put up. Bannock County. It's had, and I've boosted that one too, and I'm going to get into boosting. But had 25 plays from a boost that I did. But anyway, look at the stats of this show. This show has had 261 plays, mostly by one person. So anyway, you'll see no stats show up there because in the last 7 days nobody's listened to that. But I'll say since upload, it'll show you it got a lot of the listens in the first month of it being out, and it's got kind of some trail outs after that, right? And so you can see how many people have listened to it in here, where they're from, all that kind of stuff that I showed you earlier. But let me show you about boosting, right? I want it, it's expensive, and I just don't see a lot of benefit in it. Maybe when you're brand new starting out and you want to get out there and get people to hear your music, it might be a good idea. But once you're established, you don't need to use the boost option. But let me show you what it looks like real quick. My profile. And so, for instance, like this show right here, this is the last one I put out on Raverholics Radio. I can come down here and I can say, I want to boost this show. Okay, get increased play counts and exposure to potential new followers. You will get some extra plays, and you possibly will get some followers. But look at this. It's $10 a day to do that. That's expensive. And so I just don't. I've used it a few times, and I've gotten followers from it. I've gotten plays, but 5 followers for like $50, I just don't see the value in that right now. But who knows? It might be worth it. You know, a lot of the music that I have isn't as popular as other music is. My psytrance seems to be a hell of a lot more popular than my progressive house music is. And I get a lot of followers from psytrance. That's another tip I might give you, is your show, if you post the same kind of genre all the time, then your audience is going to be that genre and the people are going to find you. I typically do 2 different genres. I do a lot of progressive house and I do psytrance. And my psytrance shows typically chart better than my progressive house do. And I get a lot of psytrance followers, so I'm not going to be giving up psytrance anytime soon. But nonetheless, that's how it does. Boosting is I don't see big value in it, so be wary of that. $10 a day is a lot of money to get 3 or 4 plays and maybe 1 follower, right? When you can just put a little bit of time into your Facebook or into your Twitter and engage audiences. The best engagement I ever got is by me engaging with my audience, not by paying for it. So anyway, I hope that helped you out. I mean, there's a lot more to Mixcloud than that, but based on some of the questions I've been seeing about Mixcloud, that's the best I can kind of give you an idea of how it works. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer them. Thank you.